Hey everybody, and welcome to final round coverage of the Music City Open 2020. Today we've got coverage from MP40 at Two Rivers Disc Golf Course. We got a great card today, some Nashville locals and also some people from out of state. We're going to be playing at Two Rivers, which if you haven't tuned in to round 2 footage of the juniors, we've got a wide open course, lots of hills, lots of big shots. We've got Aaron Walther in the lead by 2 strokes. Then we got David Harless out of Nashville trailing close by. We all expected him to be on lead card. We got Lance Kirby after having a solid round at Cane Ridge. And then we got John Burlingame. He's going to be throwing some great shots. Very quick on the putting green for John. Here we got hole 1, par 4, 433 feet. For these guys, this should be a routine birdie to get out into the fairway, over the hill, and have either a long look for eagle or an easy up and down for birdie. This hole is really one you want to get to start off your round. So we got Aaron, he's going to be playing lefty all round. He has a little bit of a different line. He's going to be going through the gap. He's going to test the ceiling. He's going to hit the tree. He's going to land in the middle. Even from there, he has an opportunity to save birdie. We got David. He's coming in left. He also hits the tree, and he's going to be middle of the fairway. For them, it's going to be a blind shot, but hopefully they can save the birdie. Lance hanging out wide. It's further right than you want, but he got a decent bit of distance, avoided that tree. Probably why he threw it so far out right. Didn't want to test that tree. We got John doing the same thing, going to be in a very similar place to Lance. We got David's shot's going to be leaking out early. It looks like there's a little bit of a headwind lifting the disc up and just keeping it hyzering left. Aaron is kind of pinched up against this tree. He's going to hang it tight, clips a branch, but he's going to be in the circle. It's a great shot. Here we got Lance from over on the right side. Luckily stayed out of the brush. Giving it that height, giving it confidence that the disc is going to fade back into the green. David is going to start out with a par. And with Aaron getting a birdie on this one, if he's able to make this putt, then Aaron's going to stretch out to a 3-stroke lead. He does. That's a great edge of circle putt to start the round. Got another birdie from John. And then Lance going to have a tap-in birdie. At Two Rivers, I mean, there's plenty of opportunity for scoring, but you're not going to see a lot of big swings of strokes on every hole. I mean, at most, you could see a 2-stroke swing on a hole, but you're not going to see anything too crazy. No one really blowing up on a hole. It's just going to be whoever comes out with the most consistent round, avoids bogey, and gets lots of birdies out here. That's how you're going to win this tournament. We got Aaron on hole 2 over the valley into the green with the trees surrounding it. You want to get it under those branches by the basket, or else you could hit and then fall down the hill. Lance going to follow over where Aaron went. They're going to be pretty much laying up for par. There's really no look from there. And this fence that John is going towards is OB, and he's fading just before it. Right in front of our catch cam man, David. And we got David Harless. Going to be throwing a really straight shot. Oh, I think there's a headwind, right to left wind out there that's really keeping those shots up, bringing them into the woods. And we got Aaron just pitching out, just landing it close. It's hard to tell, but that looks like David or Lance. I think that was David, yep. And here we got Lance. Little forehand pitch. Ooh, we got a circle's edge putt off the knee. That's a great putt to start your round. If he misses that on the hyzer angle that he was on, he could have gone easily 30 feet past the basket, so that's a great confidence putt there. It looks like we're just going to have some tap-ins for par. Hole 2 is one of the more difficult greens on the course. Most of the course is pretty hilly and elevated, but on hole 2 you have the trees by the basket, you have the hard pan and the roots right around the green, and so I could definitely see a roll away happening there. Hole 3, par 4, 612 feet. You're going to want to land in the fairway on the hillside, stay out of the brush on the right. Then you're going to have a very technical upshot to get under the branches of those 3 trees you see there and onto the little hill where the basket is raised. Got a shot cutting on the right side. It's hard to tell if he's going to be in the woods or out in the open. We got Aaron looking to unleash a big shot. He can be more aggressive with that Anheuser angle going towards the hillside as opposed to the brush. Here we got Lance rocking his Lakers gear. He's going to look to put one out where Aaron is. It's a little bit short, but really on this hole, distance is not the priority. You just want to get it out there up on the hillside so you can have a good look for your approach. Here we got David unleashing one. This is a long drive. That's over 400 feet. He's going to have the closest look to the basket. But it's still tough from there, dealing with the ceiling and to land on the hillside where the basket is. You don't want to float it too far over. You'll go too far left and probably be outside the circle. John really out of position. He's going to be out to the left side. We got Lance next, up on the hill. As you can see, very low ceiling shot. He's going to keep it under that, but he's going to be a little short. It's tough to get there from where Lance was. Now Aaron has an advantage to go big hyzer around everything, but he just doesn't get enough power. He's also going to be short. It'll be interesting to see if they lay up or really go for the basket there, because if they're able to run it and go too far past, you know, you could have a bogey potential right there. And David, you see, he had a great drive. He is going to put himself fairly short though. That's going to be a tester to get the birdie. Hole 3, one of the few par 4s on the course, and it's already playing as one of the most difficult holes. We got Lance from outside circle 2. Oh, almost drops in the basket. Stays straight and floaty. Here we've got a run about 60 feet. Looks a little short. Alright, David Harless to get within 2 of Aaron and get the only birdie on hole 3. It's a good run, but a little short. Lance left himself with a little bit of tester after giving that last shot a run. It's a great putt for par. Here we got Aaron also looking to clean up par. A little bit of a miscue on his upshot hitting the tree, but par is nothing to scoff at on this hole. David as well with the big drive, not getting up and down and capitalizing on the birdie, but that'll happen. Here we got hole 4, 239 feet. This is one of the shortest holes on the course. It's going to be a simple backhand hyzer for 3 of our guys, and then Aaron, he's going to have to take a little bit of a different approach. You definitely want to land on the hill, avoid a roll away. So you see Aaron, he's going to be taking a little bit of an Anheuser mid-range shot. Flexes out at the end, and it's tough because the hill is bringing that disc down to the right on that Anheuser angle, so he's throwing something stable. So it's tough to get it that far left and commit. And Lance is committing just a little bit low. Didn't really get the distance he needed. Here we got David looking a little inside, but he flips it up, and that's a beautiful shot. Just a little bit short. We got John. Looks beautiful, beautiful hyzer. He's gonna roll right next to the basket. Easy birdie. Got Lance. Long putt, about 75 feet. A little short, hits the pole, but he's gonna look back on that tee shot and wish he would have capitalized on this hole. This is definitely one of the easier ones on the course. One you want to get. We're gonna see 3 birdies and a par. Pretty textbook plays for our guys for the most part. Good putt from Aaron. As we're gonna move on to hole 5. 345 feet over the hill. Pretty straight shot, and this tree right in front of the tee pad that you see really pinches off a righty's angle to go with the hyzer flip. You really have to cut it close to it if you want to get near the basket. Aaron has the advantage here, just being able to flex something over stable. That he peers that line. Looks like it's going right by the basket. Almost hits the pole. That's a beautiful shot. See, David is taking that tree out of play with the forehand. Looking to put a little bit of Anheuser, flex it. Really trying to follow Aaron's line. But it looks like it gets caught up in the wind a little bit, but he's going to be in the circle. That's a great shot. Here we got our first righty backhand shot. Tracking straight at the basket, fading a little left. We've got 3 great shots on the difficult hole 5 so far. We got Lance trying to flip something up with the forehand, but just gets away from him. He's going to fade out early right. Playing 345 feet, but the distance that it takes to throw this hole is not something you really have to worry about. It does play downhill. It does play shorter than that listed distance. Just got a little short on that run. Got David from about 25 to 28 feet. Great putt. That's what he needs to start out his round right. Aaron after that beautiful tee shot, just a little bit long, but easy cleanup for him. Lance gets the par, and John will as well. We're gonna move on to hole 6, the most uphill hole on the course, 311 feet, plays about 370 to 380. This is a hole that really makes our competitors think, do I need to commit to this shot? You'll see a lot of people end up short. I think it's just because the basket is just right there and people don't factor in how much power it really takes to get up the hill. Aaron just throws 2 nose up. He's going to fade out early, not getting the distance he needs. David throws the right nose angle this time, where he's going to fade out a little early, not quite the power he needed. John is testing that right side, but fades in early. He's going to be okay. Lance looking to keep one straight up the hill. Straight, just short, fade out. Hole 6 is really one of the tougher holes to get a birdie on. I'd say the first 6 holes of this course generally are have some of the tougher holes, excluding hole 4. But after that, the course eases up a little bit. Got David. Looks like he was just laying that up. I think there's a little bit of hill behind the basket going into the brush, so he didn't want to test that, just lay it up. Here we got Aaron got closest on his drive, but he's going to be on the knee from the brush from about 40 feet. Oh man, that putt was so close. Hit the top of the nubs. And it looks like we're just going to have a bunch of pars. Lance, good cleanup putt. Same with David. As I said, four pars on hole 6. Again, it takes a really big shot to get up the hill and just to capitalize on the putt and stay out of the brush on the right side. Hole 7, 366 feet. You're gonna have to go through the big 2 trees standing on the hillside, or you can go to the left of them and really take them out of play. But with the angle of the green, you see a lot of people kind of crash in the way Aaron's gonna go here with this big lefty hyzer and kind of spike on the green. That way you don't have to worry about the height control as much. Aaron's gonna get pretty close there. You see David already going to that forehand a few times this round, and that's a great shot. He's gonna be within 15 feet. We got John here. He's going to be going around this other lane to the right side through the trees. He's going to skip right up there just outside the circle. Lance also going forehand. Just like hole 5, you're going to have David and Lance going forehand, John going backhand. Lance is going to hit that tree. The forehand play is really to take that left tree out of play, but oh, great putt for birdie right there. About 40 feet down the hill. But you want to take that forehand to take that tree out of play, but if you saw it off too early, then you're going to end up right where Lance was. And Aaron going downhill into that headwind. Just leaves it a little high. Actually hits off the top and makes that 20-foot comebacker. That's a great par putt. And David is yet to putt for birdie, so he's going to grab a stroke on Aaron. We got Lance cleaning up for par. So we got 3 of our guys at 3 down through 7 holes. Respectable score. Lance a little bit behind at 1 down, but he can definitely pick up his round from here. Hole 8, 259 feet. You're going to have uphill, but a really low ceiling. It's kind of hard to tell from the video, but these guys are really going to have to keep it low, like David's doing here, just so you don't hit those branches and end up short. And even then, that was a great shot, and I believe David was throwing a driver. He's going to end up short on this 259-foot hole. It definitely plays much longer than the stated distance. See, and John hits that ceiling I was talking about. Really want to get under that. And Aaron playing the course a little bit differently, goes around that tree, comes just in front of the basket. He's going to be in the circle. We got Lance, going a little bit wider. It's going to be out to the right of the basket. Lance is going to be out about 65 feet. Looking to give this one a run. Just a little bit low. We got one just off the cage, rolling out to the right, but it's going to be a par on hole 8. But we got here our top 2 guys, David and Aaron. Closest looks for birdie. They're going to look to separate themselves from the field on this hole. David makes good from about 25 feet. Aaron to do the same. It's a great birdie putt. I mean, here at Two Rivers, you're going to see the common theme of most holes have elevation. You know, the distance plays a little bit different from what the sign says. You're not going to have a whole lot of out of bounds or natural obstacles. You're just going to find yourself throwing these open lines and whatever you can do to get close to the basket. On hole 9, we got 337 feet. Very similar green to hole 2, where the trees are right by the basket. Just kind of add an element to the green that.
Great shot.
You see David, he's going to be a tough spot with those trees. He's going to have to straddle putt or go to a knee in order to really be in a good spot. And Aaron skips up, hits the tree right in front of the basket, and it's going to roll to about 20 feet. John's going to have a flex shot, gives it plenty of height. That's beautiful. That's looking great. Oh yeah, he's going to park it. He's going to be even closer than Aaron was. We're going to get another look at it from the catch cam. Hangs it out wide, has confidence that his disc is overstable. Really get the max flight out of it. And that's going to end up right next to it. Here we got Lance trying to pick up the steam a little bit. There we go, he gets it straight. Beautiful shot. We got 3 great shots. David's going to be a little bit long, but he will still have a look for birdie, just from a tough stance. Lance furthest away. It's a great putt. Today we do have more wind than the juniors saw on day 2. I'd say there was a steady 5-mile-per-hour wind. See David just not really having a look at the basket. But the wind is really going to come into play on some of these longer putts, some of these drives. I mean, not a course where it's too dangerous in the wind, but just being out in the open, being exposed to these. We got Aaron getting the birdie. You definitely don't want the wind out here just because you're so open and the wind can really affect your play a lot. And here we got hole 10, par 3, 239 feet. This used to be the original hole 1. Just kind of used as a hole to get your game warmed up. You can pretty much choose any shot that you would like. Go left of the tree or right of the tree, but if you do go right, you can see those branches hang a little bit lower. So Aaron just going to take the textbook backhand hyzer, a little bit long. He's going to have about 20 footer for birdie. It's a great shot going down the right side, but testing that ceiling as I was talking about. We got Lance also going to go down this right side a little bit straighter. It's going to come out a little early, go down that hill, but he's going to be in the circle. This is really a hole where you expect all of our guys to be within the circle. David's going to go really wide, crash it in, probably so he doesn't have to worry so much about the distance control. If he's able to crash it in on that hyzer, he can really just commit to it and get that distance right and just worry about getting the left to right control correct. We got Lance missed his birdie putt a little bit short. Aaron's going to clean up. Aaron is 6 down through 10. That's really the start you want to get off to here. You know, it's pretty much a race from the start to get the most birdies here at Two Rivers, especially for these guys, all being very talented golfers. Nothing really testing the big distance or any technical lines. Just if you're able to play your game, play solid, and hit your lines, then you should be able to have a solid round out here. Here we got hole 11. 334 feet. You really want to avoid these branches that you see straight in front of the tee pad. I'd say it's definitely more advantageous for the right-hand backhand player to just throw a hyzer out to the right and crash in. So Aaron's going to have to go with a little bit more of a technical turnover line. Oh, he turns it early. Oh, he hits the tree. That is not a good reaction, but he's going to be about 200 feet out, maybe a little bit less. Hopefully trying to save that par. I believe this is the same disc that he threw on hole 9 up the hill. Gonna leak a little early left. And here's David's opportunity to really gain some of that 3 strokes that he's sitting behind Aaron. Oh, he's a little high, a little early, but he flips it up. He's gonna be up on the hillside, maybe about a 45-footer. The tree might be a little bit in the way. Here we got Lance. Throws a very similar line to David, but just less hyzer. Throws something a little bit more stable, though.
Nice shot.
And that's a great shot. He's going to be within 12 feet of the basket. Here we got Aaron trying to get up and down, match that angle to the hillside with that disc. He's going to hit that tree. That's going to be an awkward spot from there, but I'm sure that's a putt he's got in his arsenal. Gone with a good floaty run. Here we got David try to get a stroke on Aaron. 45 feet, and that is nice money. Now you're going to see here, Will Howard had a very similar putt in round 2 of the juniors coverage, and it's funny, they hit from the exact same spot and hit same spot in the basket. Very similar putts. Very cool to see that coincidence right there. Oh, and we got Aaron. He's going to be taking a bogey on hole 11. Two Rivers does not produce a lot of bogeys, especially for some of our top MP40 players, and he's going to be giving up 2 strokes to David, and now we got a ball game. We got, I believe it's 1 stroke separating the two. Here we got hole 12, par 4, 423. Very soft par 4. You just want to land a drive up the hill, and some of these bigger arms can get up to the gap and have a look for eagle, but really this shot is about placement so that you can have the right angle through the gap. Here we got David. He's going to try to get pretty far up the hill. You want to be on that left side for the widest angle going into the green. David does just that, and he's going to have the biggest gap to the basket and possibly a chance for eagle. Here we got Lance after a great birdie on the last hole, but just throws it into the hillside. That hill is very considerably steep at first, and you know, it can play tricks with your brain, and looks like it did that for Lance, and John's going to get up there in the fairway just where you want to be. No need to bite off too much on this hole unless you're trying to get that eagle, which Aaron looks like he's trying to get. Flexing it. He's going to be right at the mouth of the gap. Him and David look like they're going to have putt off to see if anyone can get an eagle. Lance trying to get up and down for the birdie. That's a great shot. Here we got John, first forehand I believe we've seen from him for the day. Very smooth, throws some overstable. Oh wow, and he actually runs the basket. Goes just a few feet past, but that's a great upshot. Lance right here. This is a big shot. You don't want to get a bogey on hole 12. I'd say it's one of the easier holes on the course. Some of these bigger arms can get a chance for eagle, even though David, he bit off most of the distance but just didn't have the right angle to get that eagle putt. But it looks like Aaron has that. Being the lefty, you can really go through this big gap and hyzer into the basket. That was a great putt, very committed, gives it the height it needs. It just came up a bit short. It's a long putt, something you can't be too mad about missing. We're gonna have Lance getting the only par here, 3 birdies, and we're gonna have David Harless at 7 down through the round through 12 holes. And you know, that's a score where I'm sure that's where he'd like to be. Few holes they missed that he'd like to get, but also he's just playing solid, playing to his game plan. Here we got hole 13, par 3, 343. This shot is completely blind off the tee. You just have to get it through the gap and have it drift slowly to the right and hopefully get a look. It's really hard to gauge the distance on this hole as David looks like he's getting the line perfect. It's all about getting over that hill, fading back. That's exactly what he does, but that will be a tough death putt with the hill being behind the basket. It's a similar line to David's, but it's going to fade out early, short, likely going to be a layup from there. Alright, Aaron looking to keep pace with David. Oh, that looks beautiful. Plenty of distance, gets over the hill. Oh, and he runs the basket, almost aced it, just a little short, but that's going to leave the pressure on David to make his circle's edge putt while Aaron is pretty much parked. Lance just didn't give it the height he needed. Didn't throw something over stable enough to where he was able to get the flex back to the basket. But Lance got pretty far up there, but he's going to lay it up. Again, as I was talking about, that hill right behind the basket it's pretty dangerous. We got David, very similar putt to hole 11 distance-wise. He's able to cash it. David's feeling it on the putting green right now, as you can see. 2 replays in the last 3 holes and just really keeping pace with Aaron. Even this putt right here can really put some pressure on him if David's tying it up at this point. But he's able to collect his birdie. We got a really tight ball game up to this point. Only 5 holes left. We got 1 stroke separating the 2. Got Lance taking his time. It's a good par putt. Lance just playing a little slower than he would like to at this point, but he's making all the putts that you need to. Just not getting off the tee as well as he would like. Here we got hole 14, 326. I know I keep harping about the ceilings, but this hole, really low ceiling you got to worry about. Just get under it. And this is maybe the most technical shot on the course, to get it under those branches and through the gap. And David's going to hit it. He was so close to hitting that line, and he knows it. He's going to be on the left side by the brush. And here's Aaron's chance. If he's able to peer this gap. Oh, he does. Is it overstable enough? Yep, catches a little bit of drift of the wind, and he's going to be in the circle. You know, as we're coming to the last few holes of the round, we've got lots of opportunities for birdie. Either one of our competitors could go 5 down on these next 5 holes and run away with the title, but it looks like Aaron might be catching a stroke on David, and that would put him up with 2 strokes with 4 to play, and that's just something where I don't see David winning unless he birdies all 4 of the last holes. But that's a great upshot, not to give up that par. Oh, and that's a great outside the circle putt. Beautiful, up the hill. Here we got Lance, looking to get back on the birdie train.
Great shot.
Great putt. Again, Lance's putting has been very solid on the green, and just he's making everything he needs to. It's just not getting off the tee as well as he would like. Here we got a big putt for Aaron. As I was saying, he's able to cash that in. Takes the 2-stroke lead with 4 to go. And this is really going to put the pressure on David to really catch fire from here. Here we got hole 15, 213 feet. easiest hole on the course. You'd really like to see a star frame from our card here. Not too much to worry about, just get a shot straight. You have a backstop behind the basket, and maybe an ace run or two here. Just trying to really get these birdies as you come down the stretch. Aaron not trying to do anything too crazy, just throw something fast up into the green, hits the hillside, he'll be parked for the birdie.
Wow.
John
close.
just comes right in front of the basket. We're going to see another replay from him. He's really dialed in with these flexed Anheuser shots that fade out at the end with something overstable. Comes just in front of the cage. We have two shots parked for birdie. We got Lance trying to keep pace. He's going to go around the gap. Oh, he's going to fade in. Looks perfect. Here we got David. Kind of curious to see how aggressive he'll be. If he's going to try to ace run this or if he's just going to try to park it.
Great shot.
Looks like he was probably giving that one a run, just a little bit short right. But it looks like our card will be able to collect all birdies on hole 15. See, Aaron collected that one bogey on hole 11. Really, it's the only mistake we've seen between him and David throughout this round.
Nice hole.
In terms of bogeys, and it's interesting. He's still 9 down for the round, still playing solid, and still has room in front of David. Here we got hole 16, 307 feet, going down the hill and to the right. One of the smaller gaps on the course. We want to land it on this hillside with the right angle. We do see a lot of rolls on this hole. You can hit the trees by the green. Oh, and Aaron's going to ace run it. He's going to be outside the circle putting for birdie. We got John. Oh, he's going to clip some branches. Again, you already see that roll. Just hits the branches, comes in soft, and still wants to roll down that hill. We got Lance going down the gap. Oh, he's going to hit it early. Actually fights through the branches pretty well. He's going to have an outside look for birdie. Alright, if David is able to put this one close and Aaron misses his putt, then it'll be a one-stroke game. Oh, David hits the tree and he's rolling. It's not going to be too far, so he hits that tree at the end. But if David is able to capitalize on the birdie and Aaron isn't, then we've got a much tighter game. Going with 2 holes left, it would only be a 1-stroke deficit for David to fight. Here we got Lance. Maybe just a tailwind on that putt, just seemed to drop quicker than he was expecting, and David's going to be out. Got all the pressure in the world on this putt. Oh, just a little bit right side. It's a great run, and if Aaron sinks this, tournament is over. 3-stroke lead with 2 to play. It's about 30 feet uphill. Oh, and he leaves it high. It's one of the few mistakes on the putting green we've seen from Aaron. So we've got 2 strokes with 2 to play. We've got hole 17 and hole 18 following suit with the rest of the course. No opportunity for bogey really, and just if you're able to capitalize on the shot, you can get your birdie. David with the good comebacker putt. Aaron a little bit of pressure with this 15-footer here. But he's able to capitalize. We're gonna have 4 pars on hole 16. And we're gonna get into hole 17. 311 feet, one of the most open holes on the course. Basically pick any shot you want to get at this distance. 311 feet, does play uphill. I'd say the distance it takes to reach this pin is about 340 feet. And I'd say the angle of the green fits Aaron's game well, just being able to hyzer it as the lefty. Doesn't have to worry about matching the angle of the hill. Gets a nice lift from the wind. It's going to be a little short. That's going to be a tester for birdie. If David can really park this one, then he's going to put the pressure on Aaron. And we'll see if how the rest will play out. Here we got John. He's gonna throw that beautiful
Nice
flex
shot.
that he's been throwing all day. John really has been having a solid round. Haven't been talking much about him, but respectable 8 down through 16. And Lance, there is an OB parking lot over there, and he's gonna be testing that, but he does say safe. And David is gonna go with that forehand and able to, just so he's able to match the angle that Aaron is throwing on the green. And
Great
man,
shot.
he almost aces it. It's gonna be right next to it. Again, putting that pressure on Aaron for this putt. We really could see
Great
some
look at it.
a stroke swing here. Here we got Aaron, 35 feet. A little bit of wind, but he's able to make good on the putt. That's a great putt, and that might seal the deal. Going up 2 strokes, going into 18 if David's able to knock down his 15-footer.
Nice putt.
And you see where David landed coming in on that forehand angle. Likely very close to an ace. And yeah, we're going to see Aaron and David both 10 down for the round. No big swings. The biggest swing we had was on hole 11. David got 2 strokes on Aaron. But we got hole 18, 307 feet. Comes down to this. You can pretty much throw either left or right of the tree, but on the right side there are lower hanging branches that'll stop your disc, probably in circle 2, and you might have the tree in the way if you're able to hit those branches. So Aaron really has the advantage, just being able to hang a wide hyzer out there. If he's able to get birdie, tournament's over. Okay, so he's got a tester.
Great shot.
If David can ace this one, he can put it away. But here we got John first throwing. He's gonna go down that right side. See the wind playing tricks on the disc a little bit. We're gonna see how David's gonna adjust to that. See if he can get that line perfect. So he's gonna go forehand. It's looking perfect. Flips up. Man, he is dialed in with that forehand, but
Great shot.
it's just not gonna be enough. He's gonna fall short today, it looks like, unless barring disaster from Aaron. Lance, hopefully he's going to try to collect this birdie on the last hole, finish off on a good note. We got a 45-footer. Again, this is one of those putts where the wind makes you feel really exposed and just you have nothing to go off of distance-wise, any trees or anything. John's going to miss just short. Here we got Aaron. Pretty much sealed the deal already, but it's a good birdie putt. He's going to shoot 11 down on this final round. That's about what he needed to shoot to win, and you know, he was able to get the job done. David also matching his 11 down. See, a great show of respect and sportsmanship between the two. You know, this is really a great battle to see down the stretch. Lance, not exactly the finish he wanted, but I believe he was able to go bogey-free 5 down. We got John, very respectable 9 down with a bogey. And we're going to have Aaron Walther as your 2020 MP40 Music City Open champion. We had a great round today. We saw lots of birdies. Our card shot 2 11 downs, a 9 down, and a 5 down. Very solid play out of these guys at a great, beautiful course, 2 rivers. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out videos in the future. If you haven't already, check out round 2 footage, also from 2 Rivers, at the Music City Open of the junior card. I think it's great to get some footage of the juniors out there, and they were playing some really solid golf out there. So make sure to tune into that if you haven't, and I'll make sure to check you guys out next time.